people? It's me again. Alright. Okay. This is just a what if today. Today's just a what if. Today's December... what the heck is today? 9th? 2018? It's somewhere in between the 8th and 12th of 2018. It's too early. I don't remember the date. It happens. Okay, my what if for the end of 2018, 2 weeks before Christmas. My just what if for today. What if is, what if all these geniuses that we've been told about from mainstream, education and mainstream academia and media, what if they were really just giant jackasses who really couldn't argue, or really couldn't, I don't know, I'm working it through in my head. I'm thinking out loud. It's what I do. So if you're ever around me and I spout off with some weird ideas, I'm thinking out loud. That's not my final answer. That's like, hey, this is in the bucket. I wonder if that's a possibility. Okay. So now, what if all of these people, like let's say Stephen Hawking, the puppet in the chair who couldn't really talk for himself, but everybody was told he was super genius. Wouldn't he be really convenient if you wanted to change everybody's opinion and you had this guy in a wheelchair who could only smile, couldn't actually talk to anyone, he was basically a complete vegetable. Wouldn't that be convenient if you wanted to manipulate people and talk them into things? Hell, you could have a walkie-talkie that was hooked up to a computer on his little chair that spit out whatever you were saying in a computerized monotone voice. You could have him say whatever you want. And then Einstein. Yeah, Einstein, from what we're told, was a smart guy. But what if they told Einstein what to say, and then they told Einstein how to prove what he just said, and made it look like he figured it out? What if they already knew all of this stuff from a prior society that we're all unaware of, because we're all told history follows a certain timeline, when in reality, history follows a completely different timeline that has all kinds of free energy with it, and people were using their mental ability to build great monolithic features and to build some of this stuff. What if there was a society before the one we're living in now that had figured out all of the stuff Tesla kind of talks about? Because we're not taught about Tesla. If you want to learn about Tesla, you have to dig. You have to dig, you have to move stuff out of the way. Hell, you have to go behind the closet door, pull the poster off the wall, spin the padlock on the hidden safe, and then figure out how to unlock the pinhead little box thing that's inside that safe to get to some information about Tesla. Some of the Tesla information is hard to get. If they're working that hard to hide the stuff Tesla had, what if that stuff Tesla had was already known about but hidden, so that we keep using oil and making the rich people richer? Because when you look at it from that point of view, from a global survival standpoint, from a survival of the race, the human race standpoint, those rich people are dumber than hell. They are borderline mentally retarded when it comes to survival of a species. Because they're trying to ensure that only the greedy, manipulative fucks that don't care about anyone else's survival but their own survive. Now, would that be the kind of race you want to survive? I mean, if you really think about it, that's not what you want. Because that means that we turn into basically a parasite. That's what our race turns into. We move into a place, we suck the planet dry, we pollute it, we kill off as many of the people, who don't, we're just like a parasite. We're like ticks or fleas. It's no wonder the earth is having earthquakes, big storms, just trying to shake us off. And it's all on purpose, because we're told, oh no, you have to have oil. We have to use oil because there's no other way. Science has proven that. Oh, and by the way, the oil that you're using is killing the planet. Does that make sense to anyone? Hey, you have to work at least 40 hours a week, and you have to be able to get back and forth to that job. But I'm going to tax you for driving back and forth to that job, on top of taxing you for the pay you get, on top of taxing you for the money you have to spend on food and clothes, and you're just taxed on every single thing. The greedy, rich people of this world, I feel sorry for them. Because let's just throw out a what if again on top of this what if. So now we've got a double entendre of what ifs. What if there is a smarter, higher intelligent race? They don't even have to be higher intelligent. They can just see stuff from a different perspective. What if there's another race outside of our current reality that we know about that looks at us like the parasite we are? And they say, as soon as they get to where they're no longer hurting the planet, we'll let them leave. Then they can go explore. Once we know they're not going to kill any of the other planets in the solar system, and they're not going to spread that greedy little mentality they've got, once we know that's not going to spread throughout the universe, then we can let them leave. But not until then. Otherwise, the whole universe risks dying. And then we'll have a group of 200 people trying to run the universe that are all interbreeding and basically making themselves dumber than hell. Because that's what it looks like will happen. That's like me and my sister having a kid, and then me having a kid with my sister again, and then those two kids having kids. After a couple generations, the DNA and the thought processes can't be, they can't be that pristine, if you know what I mean. Or maybe that's another thing that's lied about to us. Maybe that really doesn't happen. I don't know. Nobody does. Except the people with the key that opens up that little box inside the safe, behind the poster, behind the closet door. Those are the people that really know, and they don't want any of us to know, so that they can stay in power and they can keep being the haves instead of the I got the same as everything else. Yeah, I know communism has been painted as a super bad thing, but there are pieces of communism that's not all that bad. Communism is only bad if you've got people running it. There can be a level of communism that you could use. I mean, it would be communism-esque. Like, we all have the same things, but there's a range. If you really try hard and you do good things for humanity, you could be at the top of that scale. But if you're just a bottom feeder who's happy waking up, watching TV, hell, smoking cigarettes, eating crappy food, drinking, passing out, waking up, and putting it on repeat. If you're one of those people, then you'll be at the bottom of the scale. You'll get just the bare minimums, and anything you do that will hurt your health, sorry, that's your fault. You're not going to get the greatest care to, rectify what you're doing to yourself, because you're doing it to yourself. Right now, we're not told what we're doing to ourselves, and we're charged an exorbitant amount to stay healthy. If we switched it all around, then the people who help us all the most would get the most out of it. The people who fucked over people, they would be miserable because they wouldn't be better than everybody else. Even if they're not and pretend to be, they would know they were substandard, and everybody else would know also. So, don't be scared if things start coming at us that are painted by the news as being horrible, because there's a very real possibility that if we reach out and take little bits of all of these other, societal, I don't even know what the hell to call it right now. You've got all these other communism, socialism, capitalism. If you've got all of these other isms, if you take bits and pieces out of them, we could make a new ism. Wait, it already exists. That's right. It's called humanitarianism. That's what we need to start living on. That will save the planet. And it has the potential to save our race. Why wouldn't you want to do that? If we start working to save the planet might start helping us out. If the planet's helping us out, then the other races who've already gotten to that point and realize, hey, we really need to start doing this right. Those people would say, hey, you guys can leave now. Next thing you know, none of us actually have to work, because we wouldn't be considering it work, because we'd be able to do stuff we like to do. How cool would that be? That would be pretty cool. And all it takes is getting rid of greedy people. Greed and doing stuff for your own benefit, even to the detriment of others, if that was made illegal and we used an AI program that determined whether or not you were going to benefit at the expense of others, on top of you willingly knowing it was happening, if we did that, everything could get better. And with the current brain scan technology, if we tested 1,000 people, and had them think about, showed them images of helping people, of doing what's right, recorded their brain scans when you're looking at helping people, when they're looking at doing humanitarian things, and then we recorded people watching manipulative things, greedy things, there's a very real possibility that we could figure out what frequency your brain operates on during greed versus what frequency your brain operates on during humanitarianism. Greed versus humanitarianism, we'd be able to scan it and say, hey, you're thinking with this one, sorry. Now you're thinking with this one, now you're getting what you want. And we could make it like karma. You do good things come to you. Oh. What if karma is that exact AI program that we're all living under from past generations that we weren't told about? Wow. Possibilities. Okay, that was my what if for today. I'll be thinking of another one. I'll throw it on here. If it entertains you, great. Come back. Let's think some more. If not, don't watch it. It's simple. If I'm flipping through the channels and I see Gomer Pyle, I'm like, hey, Gomer Pyle. I like Gomer Pyle. If I'm flipping through the channels and I say, Phil Donahue. I used to have to watch that as a kid, so I don't really like Phil Donahue. He was kind of a butthead. And Dad made me watch that crap. I'd much rather have cartoons when I was 6. But, anyways, you guys have a good day. I'm going to go to the gym and try to wake up before I gotta go to work. But it's not that bad, because I like what I do. You guys have a good day.